Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be talking about the new RuneScape game called Dragonwilds and how it was kind of a really surprise after basically nothing for a long time and then bam, it's here. We're going to be on pcgamer today. This is by Kara Phillips. Thank you for the article that will be linked down in the description if you'd like to check it out for yourself. The title goes, surprise, RuneScape Dragonwilds has launched into early access only 2 weeks after its first trailer was released. Surprise, surprise. Now, if I remember correctly, they did talk about it a while ago, like a few years ago at this point, but they really went dark on it, and then they had a trailer for it, and then just like the article says, and then all of a sudden it's out. They had this deep dive with the developers, and then bam, it's out in early access on Steam, and it's just here to play. Before we get deeper into the article, I'd like to remind everyone, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. I understand. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and once we do, I'll be doing a Q&A video, so if you're interested, please subscribe. Jagex has launched its open world survival crafting game RuneScape Dragonwilds into early access, even though it was only shown for the first time on March 31st. Ahead of its release, a developer update live stream was scheduled to share some more details on the game, including its converted release date. Little did we know the release date would be right now. I mean, that's the biggest thing. They had a live stream and then said, oh, it's out now, which is pretty insane. Prior to the release of its official trailer, which was shared only 2 weeks ago, Dragonwilds was technically first introduced in 2022 before being brought back to our attention in October 2024. That's what I thought. I feel like we knew something, that Jagex was working on something other than RuneScape, when Jagex put up feelers for some testers for a new survival game set in the RuneScape universe. Because RuneScape is such a huge game, but like you can only go on RuneScape for so long. Like there isn't that many new people playing RuneScape nowadays, you know what I mean? Like the people who love RuneScape are going to be playing RuneScape until they die probably. But it's hard to get a new audience to RuneScape. So I think this is a pretty good idea to do that, and just get to old players. Like I feel like this is gonna be a great way for players of RuneScape to try to get other people that don't play RuneScape into RuneScape, at least a RuneScape game, because I think that's the biggest hurdle, is that a lot of people really enjoy RuneScape, but when they look at RuneScape, whether it be old school or new school RuneScape, it's kind of like hard to get into if you don't already know what's going on and like how the game works and functions. Despite these brief mentions and the information on the Steam page, we haven't been given a lot to go off of when it comes to what to expect from the game. And this is the live stream. It lasted for like an hour. And there's some good, decent gameplay footage from it, but we won't be going through the whole video, of course. It is literally over an hour long. What we do know for sure, though, is that even though Dragonwilds isn't the typical RuneScape experience we know and love, it is marketed as a RuneScape at its core. That means you can expect plenty of quests to keep you on your toes and a mass of lore to sink your teeth into, but there's also a lot going to help it become its own unique addition to the RuneScape universe. One of the biggest things I also saw is that all the skills seem to be still there. Like in this video, if I can find it real fast, you see someone chopping a tree and they're leveling woodworking as they're chopping the tree down. So if I can quickly try to see if I can find it, it should be earlier on maybe. Yeah, right here. If you can see, let's make sure this is muted just in case. You can see he's chopping and he's leveling. Yep, you can see that they're leveling up wood. So like you're still doing all those skills. Do they show the skill menu in this? No, they show this. No, they do not. They do not. Yeah, but they still have all the RuneScape skills and all that good stuff. Another one that I would like to see, they show the building, because it is a survival crafting game. So there's a full building system, and it's snappy too. I like the way it snaps. And it's like a full like top-down perspective, so you don't have to worry about like angling yourself to try to get the perfect thing. And it just looks pretty good right now. I mean, especially for early access. This is like the first version of it too. And you have, once again, look at that. You're leveling up stuff as you do stuff, just like any RuneScape game. Yeah, so this is it showing how you can play it in co-op and stuff like that, and the magic. This is the combat that I wanted to see too. They don't show a lot of the combat, unfortunately. But it is co-op as well. Jagex executive producer Jesse America stated that we've been working hard to develop an entirely new type of RuneScape experience that ignites fans' passions creatively and love for questing and providing them with an all-new RuneScape adventure to discover. And this is just the start of our development journey. Throughout early access, we'll be updating the game regularly with new content and features while listening closely to the community to deliver an iconic open-world survival crafting game that is loved equally by our biggest RuneScape fans and new players alike. And that's, I think, the biggest thing they're trying to hit. They're trying to get the big RuneScape fans into this game while getting new players, because while it is a RuneScape game, it's not going to be like the old school top-down click fest. it's going to be different with the RuneScape style. And I do think RuneScape, even though obviously the old school RuneScape does, like, the graphics are very pixely and all that good stuff, it has a unique art style, I think, even though you can talk about how it's sort of like just fantasy, but RuneScape has its own art style, and I think it's a good art style. And I think RuneScape also works well because, like, as you can tell, the game doesn't look amazing, but I'm hoping that it still looks like RuneScape. You know what I mean? Because you don't need a game to have, like, groundbreaking graphics to have it have good graphics. Because a good art style can bring you a long way. I mean, like, Nintendo's proven that over and over again. So I really hope they define that. While making your way around Ashenfall, you'll be able to do all the key elements of survival crafting games, like gathering resources, foraging, working your way through plenty skill trees. So don't worry, you got an entirely new opportunity to get your rune crafting and wood cutting skills to 99. As you work your way through, you'll unlock a plethora of new skills and lead while facing off some of the new foes being added to. I think that's also a really cool thing, and I think they're about to mention it here. In typical RuneScape fashion, you'll be able to farm runes and use magic to take down enemies, hone your powers, and more importantly though, you'll be able to use your magical abilities to make your life easier as a survivalist as well. Dragonwilds gives you an all-importantly opportunity to cut down multiple trees at once, for example, and we wouldn't be more excited about that in particular. Imagine there is plenty of other useful ways to utilize your magical abilities, but come on, cutting down multiple trees at once with a click of a button is a huge for survival crafting games. It's true. I can't be the only one who's thrilled about this. No, I'm also thrilled. One of the biggest things in Valhalla, another great survival game, is eventually cutting trees down is kind of a hassle. But yeah, the magic system does look really interesting, and I'm kind of interested to see how integrated it will be and how many of the skills will be able to get to 99, and if it is to 99. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I assume it's to 99. There's no way they wouldn't let you do it to 99. So it's just interesting to see, and the fact that this is early access and they're going to be able to slowly but surely update the game is going to be very exciting, honestly, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on this. Maybe eventually I will get it, maybe not right away, but we'll see. It's definitely something I'm going to keep an eye on because I do love this genre of game. It is definitely one of those games I really enjoy playing. So this is something I'm going to be looking forward to in the future. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate it. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and once we do, I'll be doing a Q&A video if you're interested. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. I understand. Comment down below if you're going to be trying out the RuneScape Dragonwilds. If you're an old school RuneScape player that's been playing for years or decades at this point, or if you're a new player, or if you've never played RuneScape and seems like the type of game that you would be down to try a RuneScape style game. I played a little bit of RuneScape, but I was never a hardcore player, so this definitely is probably more for me. If you'd like to check me out on other platforms, I have a Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and a Threads. If you'd like to check out any of those social media platforms, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Goodbye, everyone.